This is Ikumi, and this is a continuation of how to render in Photoshop. So far we've added the darks, and it looks pretty good. So I'm going to start showing you how to start adding a little bit of detail. So I stay pretty big with the dark brushes. And then what I do next is then I start adding a little bit of detail, like here and there. But I never jump to so right now I'm at a 100 pixel brush, but I'll never jump to like a size 4 brush and start dry brushing everywhere because that will just take forever. So if you're familiar with Max Bradel, the great illustrator, about 100 years ago, what he said was start with the biggest details and start putting more and more detail until you're done. Well, when are you actually done? That's a good question, but so don't go big and then small again. So I will do the big details, which is the basic values, and then I'll do the medium details, which will be like a little more shadow here and there to kind of define the shape. Okay, so let's see. So now I might zoom in. I usually don't zoom in more than 200% because in the finished drawing, when it goes to print or on the web, you can't really see that much detail. So if you can't see it at 200%, don't do it. It's just waste of time. Okay, and when I add the second level of detail, what I usually do is I take extra care on getting the edges very descriptive, because I think the human eye is drawn to the edge of the shapes to quickly understand the overall shape of the object. Okay, so now I'm down to like 40 pixel brush. It's still pretty big, but small enough to give me that extra amount of detail. So it's like I moved down a brush size. Okay, and do that. Okay, so now when I'm ready to start adding the whites back, that's what I usually do. First I switch this to white, the color, and then I put the mode to normal. Okay, then I raise the opacity and flow to about 70% each. Okay, and for the white, I find that for my purposes, it works better if I use a smaller brush. So let's see, so I'm going to start adding back the lights. Like this, it's light here. And if I, do something I don't like, I can very easily just paint it back again in black. So this narrow part gets hit by the light. Okay, and maybe I should take this back to like 50. But you definitely want the mode to be normal, otherwise it won't show up on the black. And notice I'm actually staying on the same layer. Some people like to separate out layers until there are 40 layers and they all have like 2 brush strokes on it. And that's fine, but I find that it gets pretty confusing really fast. So I try to minimize my number of layers. So I try to have my basic renders in just as few layers as possible. Okay, so the lip here is also a little bit light. And here, okay, and I'm gonna switch back to black, multiply, nope, take it back to about 30% each in opacity and flow. The size is smaller, now it's at 15, and I'm gonna start really adding the shape. Okay, maybe thinking about where do these shapes stop and start, and why does it look like that? Okay, and it's okay to talk to yourself when you paint. I do it all the time.